Just keep standing.
Welcome, everyone. I'd like to call to order our regular city council meeting for November 14th, 2012. Would everyone please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everyone. We have 4 items on our, roll call. Yes.
Mayor Mays.
Here.
Council President Grant.
Here.
Councilor Henderson.
Here.
Councilor Folsom.
Here.
Councilor Butterfield.
Here.
Councilor Langer.
Here.
Councilor Clark.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. We have 4 items on our consent agenda today.
I'll move consent.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, council. Have a few presentations today. First, next week is Thanksgiving. In addition to a great annual event called Give and Gobble, Run, Walk, and Food Drive, is Cindy here? Hi, Cindy. Would you do me a favor and come up to the dais?
She looks afraid.
I'm going to just call you out. You sit,
Yeah.
yeah, you can just,
You can bring Roger too, you know.
I was going to let her sit alone. Well, she's the founder.
True.
So Cindy is here, and Roger Agson are coming up here because they Cindy founded, and between Cindy, Roger, then Shelley and Mike Rath are co-directors of our now annual Give and Gobble Run, Walk, and Food Drive. And it's a fantastic event, and if you haven't done it and you're in town, you don't want to miss it. It's a great way to spend your Thanksgiving morning to burn off some calories and help out our community. And in honor of that, have a proclamation I'd like to read. Namely, it's a proclamation proclaiming November 22nd, 2012 as Give and Gobble Run, Walk, and Food Drive Day. The Give and Gobble Run, Walk, and Food Drive is a local event created in 2007 by Cindy Agson, owner of Carpe VM Group, LLC, a local marketing agency, to raise money and food donations for the local Helping Hands Food Bank. This event is made up of over 150 volunteers from the community, many of whom have willingly given countless hours to make this a successful event and holiday tradition. Many of whom took up running for the first time thanks to this inspiring event and have continued this healthy new habit. With the proceeds from this event, Helping Hands has been able to provide thousands of meals to families in need and is literally putting an end to hunger on a local level. In addition, because of this event, they have been able to start a Backpack for Kids program, providing nutritious food for over the weekends. The Give and Gobble has ensured that Helping Hands Food Bank can focus on nutrition and are able to offer more than non-perishable foods rich in nutrition such as milk, eggs, breads, and fresh produce. With families struggling to feed their families because of the economic downturn, this event is more important than ever to continue to help sustain the programs Helping Hands has been able to provide. In 2011, there was over 2,000 participants, and they raised over $30,000 for Helping Hands, along with about 3 tons of food. Incredible. This year, with the donations, they hope to reach $100,000 program-to-date donation amount, along with over 20 tons of food.
Wow.
Incredible. So that now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Keith Mays, Mayor of Sherwood, do hereby proclaim November 22nd, 2012 as Give and Gobble, Run, Walk, and Food Drive Day. And cannot thank Cindy and Roger and Shelley and Mike enough for all of the work and effort that you've put into this for the past 5 years and to make it such a huge success. A few other folks I'd like to recognize, volunteers that help a great deal, in addition to the dozens of others, but Laura Tranquil, Becky Freeman, Don Prazo and family, Julie Oliveros, Shelley Chirilla and family, Tara Sands and her family, Cindy Perrone, Stacy Llewellyn, thank you, Lana Cole and family, Barbara Kern, Michael Carlson, Angie Ford, Ray Bishop, Molly Zettelmoyer, Tom Nelson, Kim Garcencia, I apologize, Kim, Joe Reinstalder, Greg Hansen and family, Corey Stark, Scott Olheiser, Chrisanna Clark and her family, Renee Browse and her kids, Mike and Melanie Mills, Brian Stetcher, Counselor Henderson, Jonathan Hawes, Patty Orta, David Yasnoff, Cindy Francois, Amber Gardner, Tracy Oakley, Megan Cole, and Elise Vodemark. So that's just a smattering of the energy of that's required to put on this great event. And I think literally from day one, it was a success, unqualified success. So Cindy or Roger, would you like to say anything?
Thank you. It really has been the whole Sherwood community, whether it's the small businesses or families.
Is the button raised on that little mic so people? Well, folks at home can hear what you have to say.
But it really has taken a true
Support, wholehearted embrace of this event from businesses, schools, you guys, everybody. We haven't had anybody just say, nope, can't help you. Whether it's a yard sign or putting a poster out or helping direct traffic, people have been amazing. And Roger and I got the event so far. Linda and Chrisanna are around when we first started it that first year, and they know how little it was. And then in year 3, we were lucky enough to have the RAS come and join us, and we couldn't have done it without them. So we're very grateful.
Wonderful. Anything to add?
That was perfect.
And really couldn't have done it without him.
This is for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And they're always looking for volunteers. I know I signed up today because I'm going to be in town this year, and I know other counselors, I'm sure, are as well. So lots of fun. The second proclamation that's on here, we're not going to do today. Instead, we are going to do something else. It's not on the agenda. Could John and Dorothy Alto come forward and sit at the table, please? Thanks for coming down tonight. John and Dorothy Alto are two very special people, and they've been wonderful members of our community for longer than I've been around, alive, in addition to just not being how long I've been here. As most everyone knows, they are the owners of Alto's Chevron here in town, and the entire time that they have been in our community, they've been part of our community, they've given back. They've supported scouts and sports teams and events, the great old engine, I'm butchering it, but the old engine show each year, the tractor engines, has been fantastic. And, you're an integral part of our community, and you're retiring, which very well earned. And you sold the Chevron last month, and now you're going to be able to spend more time doing what you want day to day. But you're not going anywhere because you're still going to be around town, right?
Yes, sir.
So in a sense, we've gained even 2 more bigger, better volunteers.
Exactly.
Dorothy already threw her name in the hat.
She did.
I'm anxious.
Which is saying a lot because you've already been wonderful members of our community, and kind of to take a time out and to recognize that is what we're doing here today. and to give you both a certificate of appreciation from the city of Sherwood. And I'll just read it, and then if you guys want to say anything, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. The certificate of appreciation is presented to John and Dorothy Alto of Alto's Chevron on behalf of the city of Sherwood and the Sherwood City Council in appreciation of your 40 years of dedication and service to the Sherwood community through your support of many local organizations and community events. We could not be more thankful and appreciative.
I guess this is a couple of years ago at the Christmas dinner, chamber Christmas dinner, somebody introduced me, and they said, John Alto's been selling fossil fuel so long in Sherwood, he's turning into a fossil. So before that happened, we decided to retire, and we'll miss the daily activities, and we're looking forward to new opportunities, and we very much appreciate this award.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I think the one thing that we don't want to miss by not saying the hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs that you provided to young men and women who were looking for part-time work or who just needed a job to get through. And I don't think that should go
Here.
unrecognized. That in addition to providing for your own family, correct?
Correct.
So I don't want to
Thank you.
leave that out without being recognized. So you're welcome.
I also just wanted to say, please tell Johnny I will miss him at the Alto. I have a fleet of cars with all my kids, and I am there often. So I will miss you all so much.
Thank you.
Then next on our agenda is a presentation from the Bank of Oswego. Yeah.
How long do I get?
Just
But how far does that talk go up?
Is that good?
well, you will show good judgment.
We'll try. I will try. First of all, thank you guys very much for having us come up here. I think I know most of you, but my name's Tim Heine. I'm with the Bank of Oswego, Sherwood Business Banking Center. I've got Bridget Smith here, who's our Director of PR and Marketing. We're the bankers. And I've got over here Phil Check of Phil Check and Associates. He's our designer. Reason why we're here, obviously, we're moving. We're moving into Old Town. I think maybe you guys may have heard that. But before I go into a little bit more of detail of what we're actually doing, I think I'd like to take just a minute or two to kind of give you a little more detail of who we are, what we're about. I know your guys' exposure is somewhat limited. We've been here for about, 2.5, 3 years now. But we're a community bank based out of Lake Oswego. We started back in December of 2004. Started with 0 customers. Our target market was small to mid-sized business, still is small to mid-sized business professionals. I think many of you have seen our location over in Lake Oswego, and we're trying to really to mirror what we're doing over there. But right now, we're 8 years old. We are number 1 in market share in Lake Oswego, the Lake Oswego zip code, that is. We're about $150 million in assets right now. I had some notes here. I probably should look at those. Very well-capitalized bank. What that means is we're very strong. We very community-oriented. We spend a lot of our time and energy with building relationships with nonprofits, education, youth, and have built some very, very good relationships with those organizations. We want to mirror that out here. Our goal is we came out, I like to say we tiptoed into the market. I think most of you met myself and maybe one other people. We used our location out in the Six Corners area as kind of a starting point. A lot of our bodies out there were more operational. Now we've decided really to further our commitment into Sherwood. We think there's some great opportunity here. We're really behind what the city's trying to do with the economic redevelopment of Old Town. That being said, we saw an opportunity. We're going to move right down onto Railroad Street here and hired somebody you may all know, Diane Snyder. It's been myself, Diane, and then a third person, which will be much more outwardly focused in the community as opposed to operational. So right down the street, there'll be 3 of us there. Banker's hours, 9 to 5. So Also, I should probably explain, this is our third location along with our courier system. We will go out, pick up the deposits and bring them back. Our location here is what we call a business banking center, and it's a little unique, I think. What that means is, the technical term is loan production center in the banking world. Essentially what it means to you guys is we don't have a teleline. Can't cash a check there. You can bring your deposits, put them in a night drop or a depository. We've got an ATM, you can pull cash out there. But for we can open accounts, do whatever else we need to do from that standpoint. Our goal is to get to a point where we'll be a full-service location, and hopefully within a couple of years, we'll get there. What else am I missing here? So what I want to kind of do next is we're moving down the street here, what used to be Blackbird Coffee, and we're completely renovating that. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Bridget. She'll kind of tell you a little bit about why and what it's going to look like, and then Phil can kind of even show you some examples of that. And I might have forgot something. I'll come back to if I need to. So this is Bridget Smith.
Hi, thank you for this opportunity to be here tonight. We're very excited about our commitment to the downtown, Old Town Sherwood area. Very excited about the building itself. On the corner there, the D.H. Pankard building, known as the Sherwood Landmark building. We love that it's on the website homepage of the city. It's a great shot of the building, and we will be right there at that corner where the Blackbird Coffee used to be. So our commitment is to move closer into the city because that's the heart of our community bank. We really feel a close allegiance and a close commitment to the heart of the community in Sherwood, and we'd like to be right downtown where that is, and that's happening in Old Town. So we're very thankful of your welcoming us down into that area, and we couldn't be more pleased to have a wonderful design architect team working with us, Phil Check and Associates. Phil is here with us tonight, and we are going to be preserving the historic elements of the building, and bringing out all the beauty of it and restoring it to just a wonderful corner showcase for downtown. And one aspect of that, of course, will be the community room that we will have available to all the organizations in Sherwood to use for meetings and whatnot, and different fairs or whatever they would like to use. So with that, Phil might fill you in a little bit more.
Great.
Phil Check here. The bank came to me a few months ago. I've done some projects with them before, and this one was really intriguing because the building is very old, and I specialize in historic preservation and specialize in renovation of historic structures. I did a lot of buildings downtown, worked on the Benson Hotel, Heathman Hotel, U.S. Bank, a lot of the real traditional old buildings I've been involved with renovating. And so this was an exciting project for our firm. We've been in business for 25 years, and Dan Heine came to us a few months ago. He said, hey, we've got this idea. We want to take this building and really make it look like it used to. So all the materials we're using in the building are going to be like what you would have seen in a bank maybe 50 years ago, except they're all computerized, but a lot of wall paneling, a lot of the dark woods, oriental rugs, wood floors, granite countertops, everything you'd see in like a bank maybe from the 1920s. And we're using like a drop-down tin ceiling. It's going to be beautiful. That was Bridget's idea. And anyway, there's no expenses spared on this. I also want to mention that there is a vault in there that was used when the building was first built in the early 1900s, which we are now converting into a wine room, a wine storage area. And so when you come in there, I know they'll offer you a glass of wine. Anyway, the vault's going to be awesome. We're reproducing we're taking the old bank vault door, which has been spray painted with like galvanized paint, and we're going to restore it and put it back to what a bank vault would have looked like. But you'll be able to go in there and look at it. There'll be wines in there, and there'll be tastings, I'm sure. And the community room's really great too because you can have it for.
So you're committed. So you're committed now. You have to get a tasting permit or something from the chief. And
I think that we'll probably be able to seat probably 12 or 15 pretty easily in the community room. So if you get kicked out of this space, you can probably use that room anytime. You just need to sign up ahead of time. But it's going to be a great facility. It's going to be really a landmark building. Then we're doing the little octagon and the little octagon tile in the doorway. Oh, the exterior is going to be beautiful. We're restoring it, cleaning it up, painting it, be new awnings added. And then we're changing the front so that it has a little, like kind of a recessed entry like it originally had. We did some research and found that. And so then we're doing the little black and white tiles as you first walk in. It'll say established with the year the building was built. So it'll just be a great thing. And these guys are great. They're so community oriented. I've worked with them before, and I talked to Bridget, and she said, you know what? She said, this week I'm doing the Peter Pan thing, or I've got to make a costume to look like an onion, or she's always doing things. They're always so involved. It's so great. I'm excited. You'll see these guys a lot. So I'm excited to be part of it, and we'll have it done in about 2 months.
Fantastic. Yeah, you already been doing some demo
Yeah.
on the site.
Yeah, and we hope to have our bank in operation there about January 14th.
Wow.
Yeah, we're obviously we've got a permit we've got to get weighed in on approval for as well, but I don't foresee anything really jumping in the way to get to that point. So, and once we get that done, we will do an official open house, maybe February timeframe. We'll see about that. So,
outstanding. Well, it's very exciting. It is wonderful to see yet another small business making the commitment to Old Town, and a significant commitment. Because you are going to transform that space, and I'm confident you are going to be very successful, continue to be successful in our community, and be yet another example of a business in Old Town that is thriving and will spur others to do similar things and make the commitment.
we've got money to lend, so we're looking to help on that front too as well.
Exactly.
We can do it.
Money to loan out for businesses to join you in Old Town, which is great. Fantastic. Questions for?
I just want to say that 2 years ago or so, no one had ever met Tim, I don't think, and he quickly joined the Sherwood family when he came into town, and has been active ever since. Very active in the chamber immediately, and pretty much as involved as anybody could be imagined to be. And it's just a business that's just part of the Sherwood family, and really on the model of the Altos, where he's really taking part in the community we have here, and we really appreciate it, Tim.
Thank you.
He went the extra mile when he put on the Robin Hood outfit and got in the little car.
There's a picture somewhere of Tim in tights.
I deny that one.
Wearing my other hat, I just have to echo the sentiments, but I am the vice president of a nonprofit that you support, and the partnership has been a great help to us. And I know of their great partnerships in Lake Oswego with the same types of organizations, performing arts, and supporting the performing arts in the schools. And that is a really huge deal right now in these budgetary times. But what you're doing for Old Town, I cannot underestimate how much I appreciate it personally, because it is a jewel, and you get it. So thank you so much. So excited. I'll be the first one in the door.
Thank you.
Visit.
Thank you.
Anything else?
She probably won't with the wine, though.
Probably no.
I'll have her.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing the news and your plans with the council and the community, and can't wait for the grand opening.
Absolutely.
So, thank you all
for
very
your
much.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Next on our agenda is citizen comments. Any time for folks in the community to address council on any issue not on the agenda? Anyone? We will move on to new business. We have 2 items in our new business today. First is ordinance 2012-013, declaring certain sidewalks in the city to be defective under Sherwood Municipal Code Chapter 12.08 and ratifying prior acts with respect to such sidewalks. Craig.
Thank you. So on August 7th, I brought forward first round of sidewalk repairs as a resolution. After doing research on that, it should be ordinance.
Can everyone hear Craig?
So I guess
Is it lit?
It is. It was.
We'll grab the other one, see if that one works. Folks want to be able to hear what you're saying.
so. So actually on August 7th,
magnetically
Would you, Craig, I apologize. Would you mind going to that one? Oh, sorry.
It was on Craig until you handed it to him.
Now can you hear me?
There we go.
Yes.
So back on August 7th, I brought forward to council a resolution to move forward on the first round of sidewalk repairs through our assistance program. But I should have brought an ordinance to you instead of a resolution. So really, this is just a cleanup item to take effect 30 days after approval, if you approve it.
Great. Questions for Craig? Cleanup, pretty blah, blah, blah. And for folks in the audience, it is an ordinance, but this kind of ordinance does not require a public hearing. Is that correct? All right. Debate, discussion?
There's no changes in the program we adopted previously, right? We're just moving it from resolution to an ordinance.
Yeah, it's still a 50-50 split. It's the same amount of addresses that was in that resolution.
Right.
We're just moving it to an ordinance instead of a resolution.
Any other questions or?
I've got a quick one. Craig, I've seen some sidewalk activity going on. Is it relative to this particular item?
Yeah, just so we've been working on this, and just so everybody knows, it's been very successful. And I think out of the 150 that was in this resolution, we've only had 7 non-compliant. Most everybody, 2 complaints, and the rest everybody signed up for the program. So it's been very successful. So
Awesome.
Great question. Okay. Anything else? Anyone want to read caption and adopt?
I move that we adopt ordinance 2012-013.
second.
Moved and seconded.
Ordinance 2012-013, an ordinance declaring certain sidewalks in the city of Sherwood, to be defective under Sherwood Municipal Code, Chapter 12.08, and ratifying prior acts with respect to such sidewalks. Counselor Clark?
Aye.
Counselor Langer?
Aye.
Counselor Butterfield?
Aye.
Counselor Folsom?
Aye.
Counselor Henderson?
Aye.
Council President Grant?
Aye.
Mayor Mays?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, council. Thank you, Craig, for that one, but stick around because ordinance 2012-014, declaring certain sidewalks in the city to be defective under Sherwood Municipal Code, Chapter 12.08.
So this is the same program as we talked about in the last one, but this is, so back in 2012, we did sidewalk inspection, and we located 1,700 issues out there. This ordinance in front of you has another 109 addresses that need to be addressed for fixing these sidewalks, to either sign up for the program or fix them themselves within our ordinance. So that's really what this ordinance is. And it's still a 50-50 split with the resident having 12 months to pay if they sign up for the program.
All right. Questions for Craig? Discussion from council? Is there a motion to read caption and adopt?
I'll move we read caption and adopt ordinance 2012-014.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Sylvia?
Ordinance 2012-014, an ordinance declaring certain sidewalks in the city to be defective under Sherwood Municipal Code, Chapter 12.08. Counselor Clark?
Aye.
Counselor Langer?
Aye.
Counselor Butterfield?
Aye.
Counselor Folsom?
Aye.
Counselor Henderson?
Aye.
Council President Grant?
Aye.
Mayor Mays?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Moving on, city manager and department reports. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Mayor and members of council. Just a couple of quick announcements. On Monday, December 3rd, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Tualatin Police Department, there's going to be a Southwest Corridor Plan meeting. It's a community planning forum. That's actually a good meeting for council members, planning commission members, and people from the community, but particularly people to go and get better informed about where the project is at, be able to ask questions and have a time to get an update as that project moves forward. So just wanted to let you know about that opportunity.
What time again?
It's from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Tualatin Police Department on December 3rd. And then Kristen has an announcement in regards to the Food for Fines program.
Yes, we are coming up on doing Food for Fines again in the library. So for those of you who are familiar with the program, it's an opportunity for people who have past due items on their account to come in and pay for it with non-perishable food items. So every food item that you bring in counts towards $1 on your account. And this year we are partnering with the Sherwood Helping Hands and Willowbrook Food Bank.
Willowbrook, that one I have not.
Yes, that's a new one for us. So.
It's up on the. It's way up on the hill. It's a Methodist.
Oh, okay.
Similar, and they have their own food bank up there, sort of serving the rural areas.
So we're altering
Great.
days this year so that we make sure both pantries get a fair amount of food.
Great.
And the dates are going to be Monday, December 3rd through Sunday, December 9th.
Great opportunity. It's a great event and great excuse to get rid of some fines and support the community. Anything else?
That's it.
Great. Council announcements. Has everyone already heard? Give and gobble. Don't miss it. Thanksgiving morning. Sign up in advance and/or volunteer. You can do both. Other announcements from councilors?
I have one.
Yeah.
The Senior Center Holiday Artisan Bazaar is this Saturday from 9 to 4. It's a great time to go pick up some early Christmas gifts. And if you're interested in volunteering, contact the front desk of the Senior Center. They could just use some extra hands to put things up Friday afternoon at 2 and tear things down. But it's a great place to go and take your kids and have a nice lunch and then pick up a few things. The Senior Center is also doing something a little different this year. They're selling Seeds candies that you can pre-order right at the front desk, so you don't have to go to the mall. You can come in and order anything and receive it the next Wednesday. And it's a great benefit to them. If you have any corporate contacts that need to do corporate gifting, they can also do that as well. One of the Boy Scouts troops that uses a facility, the leader has that kind of connection, and it's a really great benefit. A lot of giving back there. And the gift shop for the Senior Center is also open every day from 9 to 5, or from 9 to 4, is that right? Yeah, so the seniors are very active. The gift shop is overflowing with cool, handcrafted gifts. So
Excellent. Any other announcements?
I just have one.
Yeah.
About a week and a half ago, 10 days ago, I had the opportunity to do a ride-along with Officer Drummond on a Friday night, and I would encourage everybody on council who hasn't done a ride-along with maybe sort of what would be considered, I guess, a frontline officer. I've also ridden with Captain Daniel, but that's a totally different experience. And not in a bad way or a good way. It's just a different experience when you're riding with a line officer, you know, who has a very committed evening of patrolling neighborhoods in 99 and looking for those things that are normal and not normal. And it was extremely enlightening. And saw, you know, a little bit of crime that I think people don't necessarily realize we have in Sherwood. And what I saw was an amazingly professional and kind response that officers who we stopped, you know, many people over the night, including a visit to a local business that had a disturbance, and was extremely impressed with the officer that I rode with and also the new officer, Miller, who was in training that night. We had multiple calls that we were on together. So highly recommend it to council. If you haven't done one in a while, Friday, I think, and Saturday nights are a little bit more activity. But there is just a large volume of people coming and going through our community. And even though it's only 4 square miles, it's a lot of territory to cover, especially when you only have 2 officers after midnight. And I'm hoping that we can potentially maybe talk about that at the beginning of the year, about where we think we're going, and maybe get some insight from the chief. But it was a very enlightening experience, and I would recommend it to not only council members, but members of the community can request a ride along. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to coordinate that, but you learn a lot about what it takes to be an officer, even in a small community like ours. And I just want to thank the chief for setting it up for me, and for Joe allowing me to do that. So that's all I have.
Yeah, it's always a great experience and good for everyone. Any other announcements?
Well, I just realized that council probably isn't going to meet before the holiday tree lighting, which is a Saturday, December 1st. The parade starts at 4 p.m. This will be the first year where we're going to be able to put the tree up in the Cannery Square Plaza. And that's a nice area with a lot of things that are specifically made to host that event there. So just a reminder, Saturday, December 1st, the holiday tree lighting.
So that's our first tree
Outstanding.
lighting in the square.
Yep.
That is correct.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Exciting.
Thanks, Tom, for remembering that. We are going to adjourn to a URA board meeting.